So Joy Reid, race baiting Joy Reid is out at Ms-Dnc. Are they finally starting to wake up and realize that a lot of their on-air talent is crazy? No good? Maybe. But Rachel Maddow's still there, and I'm going to play a clip from her freaking out about MSNBC letting go Joy Reid, who had terrible ratings, and I didn't watch a whole lot of her stuff. I've seen dumb clips, and I've seen a lot of her X posts. And she's just a race baiter, makes everything about racism, and just lies all the time. So, hey, good that MSNBC is waking up and getting rid of some people, but they got a long way to go because Rachel Maddow here.
And even bigger nights except for Mondays. So that's a big change. An even bigger programming change is at 7 p.m. Eastern, where Joy Reid's show, The Readout, ended tonight. And Joy is not taking a different job in the network. She is leaving the network altogether. And that is very, very, very hard to take. I am 51 years old. I have been gainfully employed since I was 12. And I have had so many different kinds of jobs, you wouldn't believe me if I told you. But in all of the jobs I have had, in all of the years I have been alive, there is no colleague for whom I have had more affection and more respect than Joy Reid. I love everything about her. I have learned so much from her. I have so much more to learn from her. I do not want to lose her as a colleague here at MSNBC. And personally, I think it is a bad mistake to let her walk out the door. It is not my call, and I understand that, but that's what I think. I will tell you, it is also unnerving to see that on a network where we've got two non-white hosts in primetime, both of our non-white hosts in primetime are losing their shows, as is Katie Fang on the weekend.
Oh man, it's racism. If your show doesn't get views and it's bad, they get rid of you. It has nothing to do with your race. Maybe you should stop race baiting and trying to make that your whole identity.
And that feels worse than bad, no matter who replaces them. That feels indefensible, and I do not defend it. But there's just one other piece of it that you should know. From your side of the TV screen, you will mostly see changes in terms of who's in the anchor chair. And actually, everybody who's going to be in anchor chairs from here on out are great colleagues and great at what they do. And you are not going to be disappointed in who's on our air and what you're going to be seeing.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie. You will be disappointed because all of their on-air talent is terrible.
But one thing you cannot necessarily see is that the people who get our shows on the air, they're really being put through the ringer. Dozens of producers and staffers, including some who are among the most experienced and most talented and most specialist producers in the building, are facing being laid off. They're being invited to reapply for new jobs. That has never happened at this scale in this way before.
If they're truly as talented as she's saying, they'll have no issue getting picked up elsewhere, as long as they're not ideologically captured like it seems like most of these MSNBC employees are.
When it comes to programming changes, presumably because it's not the right way to treat people, and it's inefficient, and it's unnecessary, and it kind of drops the bottom out of whether or not people feel like this is a good place to work, and so we don't generally do things that way. Maybe all of our folks, including most of the people who are getting this very show on the air right now, maybe they will all get new jobs here, and I hope they do. But in the meantime, being put in this kind of limbo, the anxiety and the discombobulation is off the charts at a time when this job already is extra stressful and difficult. It is not news for me to tell you that the press and freedom of the press are under attack in a way that is really it's a big deal for our country. It's very visceral for us here. I know that the business of the press is not an easy thing, and I know that no job is forever. But I think I'm safe in saying for all of us anchors who you know through the TV, Please know that what pains us the most is not what happens to us. It is what happens to our coworkers on whom we depend and who you don't necessarily know, but we respect and love them and depend on them. And did I mention we respect them?
Yeah, you did.
This is a difficult time in the news business, but it does not need to be this difficult. We welcome new voices to this place and some familiar voices to new hours. It's going to be great, honestly, and we want to grow and succeed and reach more people than ever and be resilient and stay here forever. I also believe, and I bet you believe, that the way to get there is by treating people well. Finding good people, good colleagues, doing good work with them, and then having their back. That we could do a lot better, a lot better. I'll be right back.
Well, I got news for her. If MSNBC wants to actually become popular again, they need to fire her as well and just clean house completely, because people are sick of it. They've caught on. It's propaganda. They got like 30,000 key demo viewership ratings, which is god awful. And it's going to be very interesting. All this USAID stuff that came out, and it looked like left-wing media companies were being funded taxpayer dollars, and that was how they were able to stay afloat. That's being cut off, and now they're getting rid of people. Coincidence? Maybe. But Joy Reid, best of luck out there. I'm sure you will continue your race baiting. And I hope this doesn't affect Rachel Maddow just too much. I can tell she's really, really upset over this. So, until next time, Trad West Podcast.